What did the job interviewer say that made you not accept the job offer? I've been in sales for roughly the last 20 years and managing a team for the last 3. About 6 months ago, I sent out some resumes to see what my current market value is, and to take on a new challenge, I saw an ad on LinkedIn. The job seemed perfect for me. The description was one that I would have written for myself if someone asked me what my next career challenge. About 2 days after I sent my resume, I got a call from their in-house recruiter, a brief phone conversation, and mutually agreed to move forward with a phone interview with a guy who would be my boss. I get an email shortly after my phone call with days less times available, and we pick a time for a second phone interview. He and I hit it off well, talk for 30 minutes or so. Great dialogue. Call going great. He explains at TAE beginning that he has a hard stop in 30 minutes. Get close to the 30-minute mark. He says if I'm still interested that next week, he and his boss can fly into my area or they'll fly me out to them for a face-to-face. They were going to be in NY the following week for a client meeting, so it was decided that we'd meet while they were in the city. I'd work the area for the day and we'd grab lunch. All good. We meet for lunch at a great restaurant. Sit. Good conversation going well, and I want this job. Their senior VP of sales would be my boss's boss, says they've made a decision. They flew up, wanted to make sure that I present well in person before making an offer. They slide an offer letter across the table, and we continue to talk about the job. I asked my favorite interview question. Why did the person I'd be replacing leave this position? There's plenty of good answers to this question, but I wasn't ready for the answer that came from the SR VP of sales. Bob was very good at his job. He was with us 4 years. Last 2 he was salesman of the year, wrote 25% increases when the rest of the company was averaging 12%. He made great money, won the company trip. We decided to increase his budget to a 30% increase. He didn't hit his number, so he mutually agreed to cut our work relationship. I asked some follow-up questions. What was the rest of the team budget increases? Around 8% was the answer. What was he trending about? 22%. If he was writing 22% increase this year and wrote more than 2.5 times the average sales rep, why would you want to let him go? And why was the choice mutual? Well, his job is to hit budget. He wasn't doing his job. If he was only 22%, and because he was making less this year than last, he was complaining about his income being so much lower than the previous 4 years. We agreed he should find another job. I had a brief follow-up question. If over the last 4 years, he increased his /year business by over 100%, why would he make less money than in previous years? Our commission structure is based on percent of budget, not on sales dollars or sales increase. My final question was, so I want to make sure I understand if I crush the year, end up doubling my business the following year. You can budget me a 100% increase, and if I only write a 75% increase, I'll make less money despite the huge increase again. And about how much less? The answer was that it was a mathematical formula, and it would have been roughly half of previous year. I thanked them for lunch, told them that's not a program I would want to be on. I never opened their offer letter and have no idea what they offering. I just knew that it wasn't the place for me. They knowingly wrote a budget the guy likely wouldn't hit, so they could decrease his pay. Nope, not me. I want every salesperson on my team to make as much as possible. The more they sell, the more they make. The more they make, the more I make, and the more the owner of our company make.